Welcome back to Grammar Grade 7. This is Unit 3, Lesson 20, and our unit is all about verbs. Today, we tackle a topic that trips up a lot of writers: irregular verbs. Most verbs follow a tidy rule to form the past, but these rebels go their own way. The secret to taming them is to notice the patterns they hide inside. Once you see those patterns, a long list of tricky verbs turns into just a few easy groups. Let's get started. Let's begin with the big picture. Most verbs in English are regular, which means they follow one simple rule. Add ed to make the past. Walk becomes walked. Jump becomes jumped. Easy. But a smaller, stubborn group refuses that rule. We call them irregular verbs. You can't just tack on ed. Nobody says beginned or singed. The correct forms are began and sang. Because there's no rule to lean on, irregular verbs have to be memorized. The trick that makes it manageable is grouping them by pattern, and that's exactly what we'll do today. Before we sort the irregulars, let's name the three forms every verb has. First is the base form, the plain word you'd look up, like walk. Second is the past, what already happened. Third is the past participle, the special form you use with have, has, or had. For a regular verb, the last two are easy. Walk, walked, walked. You just add ed. Irregular verbs break that rule, so their forms have to be learned. The good news is they travel in patterns, and today we'll crack the first two. Let's meet pattern A. In this group, a single vowel changes to form the past, and then shifts once more for the past participle. Take the verb begin. Begin, began, begun. Here's another that hums the same tune. Ring, rang, rung. Now hear the vowel travel. I, then a, then oo. The same journey in both. Once that music is in your ear, a whole family of verbs falls into place. Pattern A has many members, so let's add three more. Sing, sang, sung. Swim, swam, swum. Drink, drank, drunk. Say them slowly, and you'll hear the very same I-A-U pattern each time. The base has I, the past has a, and the past participle has oo. When verbs share a sound like this, grouping them is what makes them stick. Now for pattern B, an even friendlier group. Here, the past and the past participle are exactly the same word. Look at bring. Bring, brought, brought. The second and third forms are twins. It works the same way for buy, bought, bought, and for teach, taught, taught. Notice how many of them settle into that ought or ought sound. Because the last two forms match, pattern B verbs are one less thing to memorize. Pattern B is a big family, so let's meet a few more members. Keep becomes kept, kept. Feel becomes felt, felt. Make becomes made, made. And say becomes said, said. The same idea holds every time. The past and the past participle are one and the same. Plenty of everyday verbs join this club too, like think, catch, win, sit, lead, lose, and pay. Say all three forms aloud, and your ear will start to remember them for you. Here's the one rule that ties every irregular verb together. The past participle, that third form, almost never stands alone. It teams up with a helping verb, have, has, or had. Watch. Anna has begun her essay. The word has is the helper, and begun is the past participle writing along behind it. You would never say has began. Began is the plain past, used all by itself. So whenever you see have, has, or had, reach for the past participle. Let's turn all of this into a simple game plan. First, whenever you learn an irregular verb, say all three forms out loud together. Begin, began, begun. So your ear locks them in as a set. Second, group each verb by its pattern. Does one vowel change all the way through? That's pattern A. Or do the last two forms match? That's pattern B. Third, remember the golden rule. After have, has, or had, you always reach for the past participle. Do those three things and irregular verbs stop being scary. Let's practice. In this first set, I'll give you an irregular verb and its three forms. Decide whether it belongs to pattern A, where one vowel changes all the way through, or pattern B, where the past and the past participle are the same. Pause the video and choose before I reveal the answer. Sing, sang, sung. Look at the three forms. The vowel changes from I to A to U, and all three forms are different. That is the signature of pattern A, so the answer is pattern A. Bring, brought, brought. Here, the second and third forms are exactly the same word, brought and brought. When the past and the past participle match, it's pattern B. So the answer is pattern B. Drink, drank, drunk. Say it slowly. The vowel travels I, a, and every form is different. That's our pattern A tune again. So the answer is pattern A. In this second set, choose the form that fits the sentence. Remember the golden rule. After have, has, or had, you use the past participle, but a plain past with no helper stands on its own. Pause and choose before I answer. By 9 o'clock, the final bell had blank. The base verb is ring. Notice the helper had sitting right there. That means we need the past participle. For ring, the past participle is rung, not rang. So the answer is rung. Our class has blank, that anthem, many times. The verb is sing, and the helper has is right in front of it. Has always calls for the past participle, and for sing, that's sung. So the answer is sung. Last night, I blank a tall glass of water. The verb is drink. Look closely. There's no have, has, or had anywhere. Without a helper, you use the plain past, which is drank, not drunk. So the answer is drank. Let's gather up what we learned. Regular verbs simply add ed, but irregular verbs don't, so their forms have to be memorized. Grouping them by pattern makes that easy. Pattern A verbs change one vowel all the way through. Begin, began, begun. Pattern B verbs have a past and a past participle that are exactly the same. Bring, brought, brought. And never forget the golden rule. After have, has, or had, you always use the past participle. Practice saying the three forms aloud, and these verbs will soon feel natural. Wonderful work today, and I'll see you in the next lesson.